My name's Carson Clemens, and I'll be showing you the basic fundamental moves that we'll be using this marching band season. The first move I'm going to show you is attention. For attention, this is the move that we'll be using before we move our instruments up to our mouths to start playing. So you're going to have your feet together. Make sure your knees are not bent or else there's a chance you can pass out. Put your shoulders back, stand straight up, and look up like you'd be looking up at the top of the stadium. And the mouthpiece of your instrument will be nose level with you. That's attention. So the second move I'll show you is parade rest. Parade rest is the move that we use before we go into attention. So for parade rest, move your feet shoulder width apart, put the left arm behind your back like this, and depending on what instrument you have, for example, trumpet, your instrument will be across your chest like this, clarinet would be like this, or so forth, for whatever instrument you have. You're going to have it wherever it is, and you're going to be looking down at your feet. That's parade rest. So the next move I'll show you is the starting move for the forward march. What you're going to do is you're going to go into attention, and you're going to lift your knee out and kick your heel out. And when you start moving forward, it's going to be like you're squeezing out a tube of toothpaste. As you move the left foot forward, you're going to move the back foot forward along with it, kind of like a pendulum. And for marching band, you're always going to start off with your left foot, no matter what. So this leads us into the forward march. Forward march, forward lift, kick out, squeeze the tube of toothpaste, and then you're going to move your left foot forward. And on the forward march, you're going to want to make sure that you start with your heel and move in, because if you don't start off with your heel and move in, then you're going to not get a good sound out of your instrument, and it's going to sound not as good as you're going to want it to be. It's not going to have a lot of air in it. So usually for the forward marches, we do it in counts of 8 for our warm-ups. So forward march, forward lift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the forward march. So now I'm going to show you the starting move for the backward march. The backward march is a little more difficult just because you don't know where you're going and the steps feel ginormous. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift up both your feet onto the tips of your toes on the ball of your feet. And you're just going to move your left foot back. That's all the starting point is. And it's a good idea for when you just get started to keep in this position to build up your leg strength because it's a lot more difficult of a move to do than the forward march. So the starting move is just back. So when you do the rest of the backward march, it's just up, lift, and then the right foot comes back, left, right, right. That's the backward march. So now the last thing I'll show you are the traverses. For the forward march traverse, you're going to start off the same as you would for the regular forward march, except for traverses, instead of just going forward or backward, you're going to be going to the sides. We use traverses in the band whenever we do shapes that limit us to have to make another move, like for example a circle or an S shape or whatnot. So when you're doing the traverse, you want to make sure you're looking straight forward, and forward march, forward lift, 1. You want to make sure your hips are forward, your eyes are forward, and the only thing that changes is your legs. So forward march, forward lift, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the forward march traverse. And now the backward march traverse is just like the backward march, except you're doing it at an angle. So backward march, backward lift, make sure you're looking straight forward, make sure your hips are straight forward on your shoulders. The only thing that's changing are your legs. So that's the backward march. So these are the fundamental moves to get you started in marching band, and with a little bit of effort and a little bit of hard work, we can make this an amazing marching band season.